to CDT. It is me, Ditto, and today I'm going to be taking you on a tour around. How many of my dealerships do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 6. All 6 of my dealerships. Should be fun. Let's go into this one. So this is Events of Old. This is my oldest event cars. I've got it in what's supposed to look like the Golf livery. It hasn't come off that well, but I like it. So we'll go to the right first. This is the Subaru Impreza 22B. It was in one of my recent videos. Part of the first event on the current map, I think. The rally event, when we got the rally race and 2 new cars. This and the Lancia Delta Integrale. Also in here. It's a very, it was a very fun event. Got nice cars. It was kind of like a sort of mini season. Only it wasn't because it came before season 1. Moving on over here, we have a barn find event from the old map. I miss the old map so much. The Porsche 917 Kurtzheck Short Tail. Very fun car. Also in one of my recent videos. I like it a lot. I use it all the time. I just don't know whether I should keep the wheels black or white. And then we have, from the 2022 Christmas event, the Alfa Romeo TZ3 Stradale. Barely anyone knows about this car. Not many people like it. I do. It's an acquired taste in the looks department, though. I quite like it, though. Moving upstairs. Right up here. We have the swap truck from the 2022 police update. So this was actually one of the first police cars to get added. Wait, hold on, is the tyre going through? Hold on. I think I may have done something wrong with the alignment. Yeah, the tyre's going through. Okay, I'll change that later. Moving on, why have I made my Eggmobile red? So, from the 2022 Christmas event, Easter event, we have the Eggmobile. I believe it's on the CDT fan wiki as the Volkswagen P. I don't know if it's real, if that's real or not, but if it is, it's very funny that Foxy's turned a P into an egg. Anyway, it's a very funny car. I tend to not use it that often, but I will drive it if I want to laugh. Moving on, the McLaren 600 Longtail. I might talk to Mid about putting this in a video, because it's a ruined event car, because it's near enough identical to the 570S. If we look over here, where's McLaren? So here's the 570S, we'll park it next to it. Aside from the wing, there's like no difference. Moving on, we have the Mercedes G-Wagon G63 Eldorado. One of the last events on the old map. Not the last, that was the Shelby Cobra barn find, which I missed. But one of the last. I like this car. I tend to use it a little bit. But, you know, it's alright. It's mainly here because it was the tallest car I had for quite a while. And I always used to see if I could squeeze it into gaps. I miss the old times. And then finally, we have the Koenigsegg CCGT from the 2022 Easter event. Same event as the Eggmobile. It's very fun. Oh, it also looks like it's been changed slightly. They've put little air vents on the side. I did a wing delete on it because I wanted to make it into one of the slippery tailed Koenigsegg's, and then pretend to be Top Gear and crash it. However, knowing my skill, I didn't need to crash it deliberately. So that's events of old done, let's move on to the next dealership. This is the tuner shop. It's my dealership where I put all my tuned wide-body-esque cars. Oh, don't back into my bar live there. It's quite fun. I don't tend to break it out very often, but I will do it. So, on the right, this is the Mazda RX-7 FD. I've put the custom wing and the wide body on it. And also BBS split rims. I can't remember who makes the wide body. I think it might be... Nope, no clue who makes the wide body, and I don't care either. Although there is someone going through and naming all the people that make the wide bodies on Foxy's Discord, so... If you want to check that out, you might as well join his Discord. Foxy, I've just plugged your Discord for you. Pay me. I'm kidding. Moving on, we have the Toyota GT86 wide body. It's actually a very nice wide body. It's got the little ducktail spoiler on the back. I think this one actually has 2 custom wings. So the ducktail spoiler is one of them, and then I think it's got a second. Hold on, let me just scroll through about 250 cars. Where's the... Yeah, it's got 2 custom wings. It's also got a normal wing, but I prefer the ducktail. It's also got these like nice little plastic add-on wheel arches that make it seem more aggressive. I like this car. Moving on round here, a car I don't like. The Nissan Skyline R34. You know my hatred for this car. It is in here because obviously it's a really common tuner car. I don't know why I've still got gold wheels on it, but oh well. And then, this is a Fast and Furious reference, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone else. The pink Honda S2000. Can you guess what I'm referencing in Fast and Furious? Yeah, it's Too Fast, Too Furious. Suki's pink S2000. And I can only do that because I've got the bonus colours. Moving on upstairs. This is where I keep a lot of my expensive stuff, so we'll come back to the P1 later. This is a wide-body Porsche Tycoon. See, I do have a use for it, despite the fact I always tend to go towards the Cross Turismo instead. It's got the custom wing. Unfortunately, I don't drive this car too much, but I used to, because I'd like to do donuts on the beach. That was fun. Moving on, the cheapest car up here, the wide-bodied Honda NSX. It's the original NSX, the one that Ayrton Senna helped to develop. Mid-engine V6, it's a classic. I will take the wide body off this quite often, but sometimes I'll have it on as well. I've got it on because right now it's in the tuner dealership and I've got the tuner dealership up. Moving on, the Ferrari 488 wide body. I think this one is a Liberty Walk. Don't fact check me on that though, because I'm not entirely sure. Oh no, it's not going to be Liberty Walk, is it? Liberty Walk's absolutely outrageous. This is just kind of meh. Nah, it's not. Why does the front splitter look like it's going to fall off? It's also got the ducktail. All the cars have the custom wing on up here. And down there. But the ducktails always make me feel a bit happier, because they're not stupid. And then finally, the Nissan Skyline. I just called the GTR a Skyline. My bad. The Nissan GTR R35. This one has so many wide bodies to pick from in real life. Everybody tunes the GTR. I don't mind this one as such. I do like the loop wing at the back. Especially since it's also got that centre support, which just, I don't know, gives me a feeling of happiness. It's also, I don't think it's running standard. No, it is running on standard wheels. And yeah, so that, ladies and gentlemen and everyone else, is the tuner shop. Let's move on to the final of the 3 base dealers. Yep, named after an absolutely elite classic car auction place, RM Sotheby's. This is my classic dealer. So, open the door. Let's go to the right again. So, the Ferrari 250 GTO. One of the most expensive cars in the world. 70 million in real life. One of them has sold for. 50 million in this, so pretty expensive as well. Especially since it's pretty terrible. Moving on, the McLaren F1, another absolutely jaw-droppingly expensive car. You expect the most expensive cars in the world to be relatively old. This one's only 30 years old. Whereas something like that 250 GTO, 60 years old. Although, to be fair, this is a third of the price, so practically a bargain. No, I'm kidding. 17 million in this. No, 1,750,000. Not bad. Especially since it's the fastest car in the world once. Great car. Moving on, this is another one of my dailies. I may talk about it in future videos. The Porsche 911 930 Turbo. It's a great car. As I mentioned, it looks good in pretty much every colour. Just as long as you keep the wheels black. Moving on. The Ferrari F40. Yeah, this is one of my dailies. I drive this car all the time. I love it. I was thinking about swapping this for the F40 LM. And then I thought, no. Moving on. One of the rarest cars in the world. The Bugatti Type 57 SC Atlantic. I have reviewed this car on the channel. I can't remember what my verdict was, but I haven't driven this car in ages, so, and I don't care either. It's a bit weird looking, to be honest, but it's also very beautiful. And another absolutely jaw-droppingly gorgeous car is the Mercedes Gullwing 300 SL. SL standing for Sportlight. I can't pronounce it in German in a German accent, so Sportlight. That's literally what it stands for. First in the line of many SLs, which has led right up to the AMG SL, as it currently is. Fastest car in the world, I think, once. Did 155 miles an hour. Very good. Right, let's head upstairs. We'll go right again. White Ferrari Testarossa. Why? It's a Miami Vice reference. Need I say more? Well, no, but I will. Have they put a front splitter on it since I last drove it? Interesting. It's the Boxer engine Ferrari. It has a flat 12 engine, so instead of a V12 where the cylinders are in V-shapes that point outwards, these things just point horizontally away from each other in pairs. They're called Boxer engines because the cylinders move like boxer fists. There were a few Boxer engine Ferraris, but this one's probably the best. Also, it's the pre-facelift. The post-facelift looked weird. Ruined the car. Moving on. A car I despise. I have forgotten to put the suspension lowering kit on here. The Dodge Charger Daytona. And why do I despise it? Well, check out my old video on it. You'll work out why soon enough. And then a car I never fail to praise. The Porsche 911 RWB. I'm pretty sure this is a 964. I use it all the time. It's got the double stacked wing. You know, bolted on wheel arches. It's a brilliant car. And I love it. I use it all the time. Probably one of my most used cars. Not my most used, that's the Just Go Absolute, because I grind with it. But, like, I don't grind with it now because I've got nothing to grind for. But yeah, that's pretty much it. This is a very nice dealer. I like this one a lot. This was also the first dealer I made. I used to just call it Ditto Dealers and have all my most expensive cars on it. And then I started making more dealers. Until now I have 6. So let's move on to... I've forgotten which dealer's next. I think it might be the police dealer. Yeah, it is the police dealer. Let's go to the police dealer. Crime Fighters, my police dealership. 100%ed, right up to the helicopter. As you can see there. Although you'll probably have seen it in other videos. Anyway, let's get into things. Why do I have so much ping? Interesting. Okay, to the right first. We have the Koenigsegg Agera R police car. I think I've reviewed it quite a while ago. I like it. It's probably the best looking Agera in the game because it looks so similar to the CCX. No grip at all. Brilliant fun. Moving on, the Bugatti Veyron. I like this a lot. It's a very fun car. No, it's not. It's quite dull. But it is amazing to drive. Just not as good as the Veyron SS. Police Audi R8. I would really like them to be able to give you Dubai livery. Just because this would look so good as a Dubai police car. Relatively dull for a police supercar, but, you know, police supercars aren't exactly dull, are they? And the Ford GT 2017. I like this as a police car a lot, actually. Even if it is pretty much identical in performance to the current GT 2017. See, they're even next to each other. 245 miles an hour, 8 handling. And the exact same for the police version. Although, to be fair, it is the same way with a car up here, which you will see later. About 2 minutes later. Right, let's go. Police Nissan GTR. This is part of the 2022... No, the 2023 police event. It's quite decent. Kind of meh, but it is nice that they gave it red lights. Like you would see in Tokyo and other places in Japan. Moving on, the Mercedes AMG GT Black Series. Very nice. I think I'm going to have to put the wheels back to black though, because they look better. Much better. Actually the fastest Mercedes in the game, 250 miles an hour when you tune it. Moving on, the Ferrari 488. This is what I was talking about with the GT. Here's the 488, 228 miles an hour with 7.8 handling, costs 350 grand. That's without putting the wide body on it. Oh, so the 488 is actually a mile an hour quicker. The police 488. Whole mile an hour makes all the difference. Moving on, I have an OG wrapped Lexus LC 500. Yeah, you know my feelings on this car. It's slow, it's dull, I really don't like it, but I am glad I bought it when it was first on sale, because then it was only $1 million, and then it was, you know, it gave me an OG wrap. I still despise it though. Moving on. The last car, another 2022 police event car, the Porsche 911 Targa. I think this is a 4S. Hold on, let me find it. Yeah, it's the Targa 4. Could be a 4S, could be a 4. I think it's a 4S. So yeah, that's the Crime Fighters dealership. Let's move on to a dealership full of things I don't like. Well, I had to try and make it seem upbeat. So yeah, this is less wheels, more fun. my motorbike dealer. Feel my enthusiasm for it. Let's get this over with. Right, open the door. There's some guy wanting to buy something. Get a life. So, first thing, BMW M1000RR. 3.5 mil. Not bad, actually. One of the rare bikes I don't mind. Moving on, Suzuki Hayabusa. I felt this was a massive letdown at the end of Season 9. Season 9 was just a letdown in general, to be honest. Only 190 horsepower as well. But obviously mine's tuned. Moving on, the Kawasaki Ninja. So this is actually the most expensive permanent shop bike. And that's all I have to say on it. And then finally, the Suzuki GSX. Kind of meh. I only know it because of asphalt. See, look, it's like I'm riding it. And that's all I have to say on that. Moving on up to the top floor. The Yamaha GP. I don't really care much for Yamaha, to be honest. They do make pianos, though. I've just lost the words, because that's all I have to say about that. They make pianos and bikes. Bottom text. The top fuel bike. It's the fastest bike right now. 268 miles an hour. Not bad, actually. Just the same, it's sort of overshadowed by most of the other dragsters. Oh. One of the bikes is missing from that. Could have sworn that was on there. Okay, well. Wrapped Yamaha 450. I actually quite like the wrap on this. It's very funky. You know, all the black and white lines. Quite bold. Interesting. And then from the 2023 Halloween event, an absolute meme car, the skeleton bike. Yes, the front wheel is held on by a guy that's a skeleton. That is a tombstone on the front. And it's just all round genuinely really funny. Positive. And now we move on to the car that I just put on. The Kawasaki KZ450. I'm not sure if that's its actual name, but rolling with it. One of the very generic dirt bikes, to be honest. Like, we've got this. We've got, where's the next one? This one. And this one. We've also got that, but that's wrapped, so we don't count it. So yeah, that's the bike dealer done. Now we've only got one left, and this one's a good one. You're going to want to keep watching. Yep, this is the final dealership. It's the one you see in all of my videos. It's very, very full of cars that you will probably all love. Let's get into them. So, this is the most expensive car in the game. The Bugatti Bolide. Yes, I have bought it on its most recent resale. And yes, that does make me a hypocrite for saying I don't want it to come back. And do I care about that? No. It's a great car. Just overshadowed by the next car, which you're about to see. The Bugatti Chiron SS300 Plus. The Chiron is 7.5 million cheaper, handles better, more powerful, 1 mile an hour faster top speed, and also probably a bit cooler because it's carbon everywhere, not just the Bolide where it has pieces of carbon. Moving on. The Veyron. The original Veyron. This is part of the VIP Game Pass, which I obviously have. It's nice. It's also got very shiny bodywork, which I like. Apparently, if you choose one of the paint options, it makes it go really cool. I have yet to work out what that is, though. I've been trying all of them, it feels like. And then over here we have an even better version of the Veyron. The Veyron Super Sport. This is actually an amazing car. 285 miles an hour, 9.4 handling, drives unstickably. You cannot get this thing to slide if it's on slick tyres. It's really good. I do mountain race time trials in it all the time. Moving on to the second floor. This is where all the Hypercar Game Pass cars go. So, Koenigsegg Jesko Attack. I like this thing. It's massively underrated because everyone that has it has to have the rest of the Hypercars Game Pass cars. So they just go over to the car that I'll be talking about later. Moving on, the Agera RS. Very cool car. I like it, even if it is very much similar to the 1-to-1, which I also have. It's actually slightly faster than the 1-to-1, but obviously the 1-to-1 can be bought by anyone, not just people with Robux. And then finally, the classic car that everybody loves if they're 3. Fastest normal car in the game, so I'm not counting drag cars here. Koenigsegg Jesko Absolute. What a great car. I only use it to grind with, to be honest. I probably would use it more if I didn't grind so much with it every time, there was a limited shop out. Because it makes me sick to see it every time. And then finally we move on up to the top floor. Just a couple of random cars up here. You probably won't be interested in them. The 28 million quid Bugatti La Voiture Noire 1 of 1. This one's not OG wrapped. I don't have many OG wraps. But it's very nice. Quite cool. And you will note from seeing this that I do have the Museum Holy Trinity. The 3 cars in frames right in front of the main piece car that you can change on the podium. Chiron 300 Plus, Bollide, and LVN. And then finally, just a random Centodieci. I really like this car. I tend to use it quite a bit. Pays homage to the EB110, which I don't have, but I do want. And just generally all round a great car. So yeah, that's all my dealers. I'm kind of missing one, if you didn't realise. I never ended up finishing or even starting the Monster Jam dealership. Very sad, but well, I miss a lot of things which in hindsight obviously I wouldn't. Thank you for watching. Just ignore the random VGT on the roof because funny.